Well, a happy Monday to you. The Mariners completed a sweep of San Diego Sunday with a 6-1 victory. Seattle overcame a leadoff home run by Fernando Tatis Jr., holding the Padres to that single run for the third straight day as Brian Wu went 7 innings, improving his record to 5-1.
Bottom of the first back in San Diego. Mariners don't score in the top of the first. Fernando making his way plateward will lead it off. High drive to left field. Arozarena going back, looking up. Nando's left the yard. Fernando's 12th home run of the year puts the Padres on top 1-0. Oh, Nando! Third leadoff home run this season for Fernando.
Wu ready. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging a one-hopper out near second. Charging up with the ball is Rivas. The throw to first in time to get Diaz, and that will retire the side. Nice play by Leo Rivas, and Wu, wow, gets himself out of a jam.
Sinking line drive, and it ticks off the glove of Rivas. Stays with it onto first, and they got him. Leo Rivas hanging in there. 2 down.
Now, what a play from Leo Rivas. Getting a chance to start today at second base. Look, Arraez doesn't get up the line real quick, but just kind of throwing that glove to knock that thing down. Keeps in front of him and gets up quick.
This is a bullet out to left field. Randy Arozarena, see you later. He has tied the game on a screamer over the fence and left. Even at 1.
If there's one guy in this Mariners lineup that sees Michael King very well, it's Randy Arozarena. Coming into this game 3 for 8 with a home run.
Tavares out to right field, shot this deep, and it short hops the wall and goes over the fence. The Mariners have taken the lead. Tavares with a ground rule double. It's a bad break for the Mariners. Looked like they had a chance to bring home another, but instead Garver will have to stop at third base, but nevertheless, the Mariners take the lead. Leody Tavares with a base hit. Ground ball, it takes off his glove. Garver's coming home. A long flip is not made by Cronenworth, and a break for the Mariners brings home the 3rd run this inning.
Passive at the plate early on in the count.
This is fair. Right beyond the bag at third base. Just tiptoeing the chalk, and Mitch Garver drives in the Mariners' 4th run. Arozarena scores. Jackson Merrill, a ground ball. Rivas ranging, gets there, throws in time. Dynamite play, Leo Rivas. Brian Wu and the Mariners. Man, are they playing a good game on a Sunday in San Diego. Ground ball over at third base to second, on to first, and they got him. That's exactly what Vargas was hoping for, and suddenly there are 2 away.
Huge pitch right there from Carlos Vargas.
Here is Arraez.
The stretch, and again the 0-2 to Arraez, swinging a fly ball into straightaway center field. Julio Rodriguez is there, and Carlos Vargas gets himself out of a jam.
Lift that ball into right field.
Out to right field. Tatis having to adjust, and he makes a shoestring catch. Dylan Moore tags on his way home. He slides across safe, and a huge run crosses in the 9th on a sacrifice fly by Cal Raleigh. It's a 4-run Mariners lead. He gets jammed a little bit. A soft fly ball, shallow left center field. Base hit. Rivas scores. Julio with an RBI base hit, and it's a 6-1 lead in the 9th inning. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. In on the hands, he popped him up. J.P. Crawford puts the squeeze on it, and the Mariners win it today. And they kick off this lengthy 3-city road trip with a clean 3-game sweep as they manhandle the Padres in their home ballpark. A final score today of 6-1.
Manager Dan Wilson says Seattle had a great weekend, mixing good pitching, great defense, and timely hitting.
Brian Wu, surrendering the homer to start the game, then a base hit to Arraez. But after that, really settled in. Some great defense behind him, especially on the infield. JP with a ton of plays. Leo Rivas with some really nifty second base today. Made some great stops and able to get the outs. And then, Demo coming in late, getting that big double play there on Tatis. That's a tough little hop, and he made it look pretty easy. So just a great job defensively all around and on the mound. Vargy, I thought, giving up those couple hits, but just staying true to who he was and got the pitch that he needed to on Tatis. That's a big play right there. Offensively, a lot of great stuff again. Randy with the big homer to get us on the board. And then, Garv, I thought, had some really nice at-bats, did a really nice job behind the plate with Brian today. And then a lot of key contributors there offensively, some big hits, some great at-bats, some walks, just doing what we normally do. It all added up to another win today. Yeah, we've talked a ton about how much they fight and how much they bounce back and how resilient this club is. And that goes back, a while. And, this has continued and they're just they're confident in who they are and what they do, and they know that if they put their at-bats together, if they pitch, they play the defense, it doesn't matter who's in that uniform, they're going to have a chance to win, and that's what they went out and did this series.
Seattle continues the 10-game road trip in Chicago today against the White Sox. That's on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Seattle's sweep of San Diego improved the Mariners' record to 26-19, 2.5 games in front of Texas and Houston in the American League West. Houston edged Texas Sunday 4-3. San Francisco topped the Athletics 3-2. The Angels completed a surprising sweep of the Dodgers in a battle of L.A. by a final of 6-4. The Wenatchee Bighorns extended their winning streak to 3 games over the weekend. Tavin Cummings scored 43 points Saturday in Wenatchee's 132-127 win over Vancouver. Cummings and Rodarius Washington hit 4 free throws down the stretch to ice the victory. Cummings followed that up with another 43-point performance on Sunday in the Bighorns' 128-117 win at Salem. Chris Cromartie chipped in 30 as Wenatchee held on to second place in the Pacific Northwest Division of the TBL with 2 games remaining at Great Falls this weekend. If Wenatchee holds on to that second place, they'll host a play-in game for the playoffs on Tuesday, May 27th. West Valley and Moses Lake will represent the Big Nine in the state for a baseball tournament. The Rams edged the Mavericks for the district championship Friday 1-0. Eastmont stayed alive with a 1-0 win over Sunnyside. Then on Saturday, Moses Lake edged the Wildcats 6-5 to earn the second spot to state. Cashmere is the District 5-6 1A champions after a 10-0 win over Chelan Saturday. Okanagan and Liberty Bell advanced to the State 2B tournament following the District 6 tourney over the weekend. Tri-Cities Prep beat Okanagan 1-0 and Liberty Bell 10-4 to take the title. The Mountain Lions were second following a 10-0 win over Kinnetaz and lost to Tri-Cities. Coyotes took third with a 5-3 win over Okanagan. The Bulldogs were fourth. Brewster had its season come to an end with an 8-4 loss to Riverview. Well, it's on to state tournament first 2 rounds this weekend. Moses Lake begins with the 4A tournament at Puyallup Saturday at 1 o'clock. Cashmere plays Lynn and Christian in Camas Saturday in the 1A tournament at 10 a.m. Chelan will face Bellevue Christian with the time, day, and location yet to be determined. Okanagan heads for Clarkston Saturday in the first round of the 2B tournament to play Asotin at 10 a.m. Liberty Bell will face Napa Vine at Lewis and Clark Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Well, Tonasket and Lake Roosevelt are headed for the State 2B Fast Pitch tournament after the weekend. Tigers fell to both Cle Elum and Kinnetaz and received a lower seed. Raiders advanced following a 9-6 loss to Warden. Ephrata advanced to the State 2A tournament after ousting East Valley of Spokane Saturday with a 17-1 win. Moses Lake is headed to the State 4A tournament after beating West Valley Saturday by a final of 8-4. Mavericks' first round game in Richland Friday is against Issaquah at 9 a.m. Eastmont will play North Creek Friday at 11. Ephrata drew Olympic in the first round of the State 2A tournament. That's going to be in Selah. They'll play Friday morning at 11. State 1A tournament is in Richland, and for Cashmere, it actually begins on Thursday when the Bulldogs face Rochester in a loser-out game at 3 p.m. First round of the State 2B tournament in Yakima is Friday for Tonasket and Lake Roosevelt. Their noon games hit the Tigers against Raymond, South Bend, while the Raiders play Freeman. Eastmont boys soccer team earned a trip to the State 4A tournament with a 2-1 shootout win over Davis. The game stopped for over an hour with lightning all over the area. A game tied at 1 goes to overtime, goes to a shootout where the Wildcats outshot the Pirates 8-7 to get the victory. Quincy advanced to the state 2A tournament with a 3-2 win against West Valley of Spokane. Cashmere topped Medical Lake in a crossover game Saturday 2-1. Joining the Bulldogs at state will be Brewster despite a 2-1 loss to Wahluke, and Cascade following the Kodiak's 3-0 win over Highland. Wenatchee opens the state 4A tournament at home tomorrow in the Apple Bowl against Olympia. That'll be at 5:30. Eastmont is the number 16 seed and will play at undefeated Tahoma tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Quincy opens the state 2A tournament at North Kitsap Wednesday at 6. Still waiting on the day, time, and location for Cashmere and Cascade in the state 1A 2B tournament. Bulldogs will play at Bush while Cascade travels to Raymond, South Bend. Brewster opens the tournament at home against Connell. That'll be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.